by reaching loyal Husker fans through in-venue signage, digital and social media, radio advertising, and more.
Got it!
Join the Husker team today and email partners@huskers.com to learn more about opportunities to connect with Husker Nation. That's partners@huskers.com.
Every single day, Central Valley Ag works with our farmers to feed the globe. When you grow non-GMO white corn or non-GMO yellow corn, you can earn up to $250 more per acre. Do the math. Growing CVA value-added grains pays huge dividends. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Learn how you can get up to a $5,000 signing bonus with a value-added grain contract at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
So, when do you think you'll be done with our kitchen renovation?
Well, ma'am, the Italian marble countertops will take a while to get in.
No problem. In the meantime, you can start on the spiral staircase.
What?
If you win Mega Millions from the Nebraska Lottery with a jackpot that starts in the millions in drawings Tuesdays and Fridays, you can afford to go a little mega.
So you want us to build a spiral staircase?
Well, how else are we supposed to get up to the helipad? Oh, good. My husband's home.
Top prize odds 1 in 302 million.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Bank of the West is offering the first checking account designed for climate action. It gives back 1% of the account's net revenue to the planet at no cost to you. Shows you the estimated carbon impact of debit card purchases. And there's no minimum balance required. Learn more at bankofthewest.com/1%. Additional conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Get a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. For a limited time, get $50 off an annual Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG. That's right, get $50 off a Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
En la última jugada, ahora sí bajo centro. Lo van a presionar, busca el pase, es profundo por izquierda. Y es buena la recepción. Viene a toda velocidad, nadie lo va a alcanzar a la yarda. 10-5. Anotación. Trey Palmer.
Hey Huskers fans, this Friday, the Huskers Radio Network is proud to present Huskers football in Espanol. Coverage of Nebraska's matchup against Iowa begins at 3 p.m. Tune in at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. The strong ones. We help them grow stronger, making world-class genetics, research, and technology local. The cutting-edge yet common-sense agronomy, the shake-em-up yields. Because we're born and raised here too, and we'll keep raising the bar to ensure you only get the best at Hogemeyer. Raised local, raised right here. Learn more at therightseed.com.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, it's sponsored by Acres, the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you here on a Wednesday night. An hour of us, and then the volleyball show with head coach John Cook coming up in hour number 2. Husker football getting ready to travel tomorrow over to Iowa City, where they'll play the Hawkeyes on Friday, 3 o'clock kickoff, 11 a.m. for pregame coverage here on the network. And each week during the football season, Jessica and Jeremiah Sirles sit down and get his thoughts about things. And this one might even have something to do with a little food, right?
Yeah, so this is just a portion of it. The first half of it, we go down the weeds talking about offensive line and offensive line development. But, you know, for the sake of previewing Iowa and talking Thanksgiving, I'm giving you guys the second half of it. So here is Jeremiah Sirles, and oh, spoiler alert, he does not like Iowa. Okay, so let's move on. Iowa. Why do you hate Iowa so much?
So they're just cocky SOBs, man. Like, they are. And, like, it's so frustrating because there's no, like, argument back that I have, because the last time we beat them was 2014, I want to say. You know, so it's one of those things where it's like every time I want to talk trash to them, they're like, yeah, okay, well, when you win next time, let us know. You know, but they were always known as, like, we used to refer to them as little brother. You know, it's like, oh yeah, little brother over there in Iowa. But right now we're little red brothers, they call us, and my friends call us in the league. And it really started for me when I got into the NFL and played with a bunch of Hawkeyes. You know, when you play with guys that are on other teams, the rivalry in the locker room gets a little excited. You know, money gets thrown around a little bit, but pride, wearing T-shirts and that kind of fun stuff. And I played with a lot of Hawkeyes in Minnesota. I played with some in Buffalo. You know, I'm friends with George Kittle, and these guys just get after me every single time we play, and I'm just so ready to send them a text one time and be like, shut up. Just shut up and wear it.
Shut up. Well, I mean, Iowa does what they do, right? And I did this stupid amount of math the other night trying to figure out how much, you know, Iowa does not score a lot of points offensively, right? And a lot of times when they're putting up the points, it's courtesy of their defense, either pick sixes, fumble returns, or it's come from a block punt or takeaway. What have you seen? Why is the offense not very good for Iowa?
The offense for Iowa is not very good because of offensive line play. They have not had great offensive line play, which is surprising.
Which is rare for Iowa, right?
Which is surprising for Iowa. I mean, you look at Iowa over the course of the last decade, you know, it seems like every year they have a top 3-rounder. You know, they had Brandon Sheriff, and then they had Tristan Wirfs, and then they had Ike Bucker, you know, and they've had Tyler Lindenbaum. And so, you know, to see an Iowa offensive line that doesn't have a true, like, day 1, day 2 pick up front, and let alone, I don't think they have a day 3 pick on that offensive line right now. And they're a young group, but, you know, they've really had problems protecting the quarterback, especially when guys have sent pressure. When you send pressure against a team, they really struggle to pick up twists and stunts. So that's something that Nebraska's done quite a bit. But what they've done better over the last 4 weeks, and why they've started having more success, is because they've started winning on first down. They've started having 4+ yard plays on first down, keeping themselves out of the 3rd and 8+ and more into the 3rd and 3s and the 3rd and 5s, and having the ability to convert those easier throws, because Spencer Petras and this offensive line, much like ours, is not built to take a 7-step drop and have these long developing routes down the field.
Okay, on the flip side of that, what makes the Iowa defense so good?
Their coverage. They are so good at that zone coverage that they play in the back end, and they are one of the best in the country at creating turnovers. You know, they are ball hawks. A lot of that is because they're really good at creating pressure with 4, so they're able to keep a lot of guys back in that coverage, that zone coverage scheme. And, you know, a lot of teams have gone and made it so that they're basically playing significantly just man coverage. But I think that the number one thing that they do is they play a lot of zone coverage. And so it's different than most quarterbacks see. Is they're playing this zone, and so there's a window that you think you can fit a ball into, but they're just so comfortable in their system that that window closes very quickly. And that's why they do have so many interceptions on the year. And, you know, this is a team that I think that if Iowa's offense averaged 17 points a game, they may be more like a 9-win team, because of how good this defense is, you know, and so that's why it's going to be so important that we're able to score points, because if we can score 20 points, we might win this game. You know, like, that's the type of game it's going to be. It's going to be a classic November Big Ten football slugfest of who's going to be the race to 21 points. And, you know, I think that with our ability and our big play ability, if we can keep Casey Thompson clean, Trey Palmer and Marcus Washington and those guys can get behind this defense as long as we give them time. And then on the flip side, Nebraska's defense, if we can stop the run on 1st and 2nd down, I really like our chances of getting to Spencer Petras and this quarterback on 3rd down.
Okay, so you kind of dove into that a little bit. Matchups that Nebraska could maybe exploit offensively. Where can the Huskers maybe have some success offensively?
Yeah, you know, I think offensively, I think Trey Palmer really is going to be a guy that's going to get a lot of attention. So, I think getting a guy like Travis Vokalek over the middle, continually involved, getting guys like Alante Brown in the screen game, quick screen game to the outside, and making these zone coverage corners come press up a little bit more instead of just sitting back in that comfy zone, make them get up and take some easy yards. If he's going to play a seven-man buffer, throw it out there to Trey Palmer or Alante Brown or one of those guys and let him make that guy miss and go gain 12. So I like our outside matchup on our receivers. For offensively, for our defense, I really like our interior matchups between Ty Robinson and Colton Feast and Garrett Nelson and Caleb Tanner against that Iowa offensive line. I think that they will be able to get after them and be able to really put pressure on them. But again, it's going to be a lot of dependent on how Ernest Hausman and how Luke Reimer can help in that run coverage. If they can get in there, stuff the A-gaps, and make this run game essentially a little bit more non-existent than it has been in the last few weeks for Iowa, then we give ourselves a really good chance defensively.
I just did a long interview with Caleb Tanner for a Cornhusker Conversation, and he talked about this game still means a lot to this team, even despite, again, walking off the field disappointed every week for the last several and being so close to winning and even leaving last week, their last home game, being so close to walking away with a win. But they have a huge opportunity here. And he also talked about, not only for him and this senior class to have a win and walk off the field the last time wearing the N with an N, a win wearing the N, but also for some of these young guys to help build for the future. And you mentioned this, how big a win is, how much better a win is heading into an offseason than a loss is.
Yeah, he nailed it. It's not only about the legacy you want to live as a senior. It's about how do you want to propel the next generation of Husker seniors into next year with a loss or a win. Easy answer, obviously a win. I think there's also something about spoiling Iowa's Big Ten hopes a little bit too.
Yes.
Like they have this little glimmer of like, if we can win and this guy wins and that guy wins, blah, blah, blah. Like it's time we can be like, oh yeah, we can go to the Big Ten championship. No. Let Nebraska be the one that just poo-poos all over that. That would be fantastic. It's just like Iowa makes this late run, and then Nebraska just comes in, beats them at home in Kinnick Stadium to make them go home, too, and not go to the Big Ten championship. Sign me up for that.
All right, 3 big keys.
Number one key is going to be on defense, win on first and second down, make sure that you're keeping them in third and long. Number 2, I think offensively is no 3-and-outs or limit your amount of 3-and-outs. I think this is a game that you cannot go out there and have quick time of possession. So you got to make sure you limit your number of 3-and-outs. And then number 3 is going to be field position. Again, it's Big Ten football in November. Flip the field when you can, make the other team go the distance, and both these offenses have struggled at times, so I think Iowa's going to be very similar to, hey, if we can pin them back there at the 10 and make them go 90, we like our chances of them making a mistake or them not being able to get down. Same thing with me. I think if Nebraska can pin them inside the 10 and make them go 90 every single time, this offense isn't built for that. So I think those are your keys to try and get away with the victory.
Players to watch?
I'm going to go ahead and say, I think the player to watch on an offense is going to be Marcus Washington and Alante Brown. I think those two guys are dudes that are going to have big games to help free up some Trey Palmer stuff. And then on defense, I really want to see Colton Feast and Ty Robinson control this interior line of scrimmage. I want to watch those two defensive linemen take their time and really just to have a really solid outing because those two guys will be pivotal into that first key that I just mentioned.
Michigan or Ohio State?
I think because the weather is nice, I got to go Ohio State. I think last year Michigan caught them in just a bludgeon fest when it was snowing, it was cold, it was perfect. I think Ohio State remembers that, and it's going to be at the shoe, and the weather's going to be okay, and they've got some unreal athletes on the outside. The other thing that worries me is if Blake Corum doesn't play, I'm not sure Michigan's going to have it in the tank.
What about Minnesota, Wisconsin?
Minnesota. That Wisconsin team's not very good. I mean, we should have beat them last week. I know that Minnesota dropped one to Iowa, but I think that is also going to be one of the most boring games of all time to watch. I mean, Mo Ibrahim, 363 yards or something crazy last week of total yardage was insane. But Braylon Allen's probably not going to be able to play next week either. I think he'll still be dinged up. So, it'll be the Isaac Rando show for Wisconsin. So I think that's going to be another low-scoring game, but I do think Minnesota wins that football game.
All right, Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Are you a turkey or ham guy? You're probably both.
I love Thanksgiving. I think it's the most underrated holiday of all time.
I agree.
You get to stuff your face, watch football. Like, there's nothing better than Thanksgiving meal.
I love Thanksgiving. I think it gets lost because people are already talking about Christmas, but I love Thanksgiving.
Christmas doesn't go up till after Thanksgiving. That's a rule in the Sirles household.
What's your favorite side dish to the turkey then?
Stuffing.
Stuffing?
100% stuffing, or
You're so basic.
Like stuffing or mac and cheese. Someone who makes a really like creamy, yummy mac and cheese. But here's the thing, and people are probably going to either love me for this or hate me for this. I'm a big just mash it all together on the plate guy. So I'll get the mashed potatoes, the green bean casserole, the mac and cheese, the stuffing, the turkey, the gravy, and then just like you just stir it up like a big old goulash. Oh, so good.
Oh, that's not. I don't like that at all. What about dessert? Pumpkin pie, pecan pie.
All pies. I don't discriminate. I love all pies here.
You know, I'm one. I would rather have like a second helping of stuffing rolls than go to the sweets. That's how I am.
You can always go back. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going like savory, getting some dessert, sitting on the couch, unbutton the pants, watch half of football, go back for some more stuffing, more dessert. I like to do the weigh-in. I know Gabe Eichert from Oklahoma used to do this too. Last year I gained 14 pounds. It was a wonderful day.
Yeah, no, everybody was excited because we had a home game after it.
Yeah.
And so we talked about it. So we'll need to track it again. You need to do that again.
Oh, yeah.
You should
it's
also
happening.
sometime like give your like play-by-play, step-by-step guide of how to tackle Thanksgiving meal.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like great content. We're going to do it. Content, baby.
All right. Well, Jeremiah, appreciate your time. Happy Thanksgiving to you and the Sirles clan.
Absolutely appreciate you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone there on the Husker Radio Network, and have fun in Iowa City, people.
Again, that's just a portion of the Sideline Slice presented by Valentino's Pizza, the official pizza of the Huskers. The full version is right now out on our podcast platforms and on our YouTube channel as well. But how about that? He mixes everything together.
What in the world?
Let's not.
That is bad, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
That's bad.
What about you? What's your favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
Stuffing.
Stuffing.
Love stuffing. Yeah.
And pumpkin pie, pecan pie.
I'm with him. I don't discriminate. I'll take a little bit of each. Give me a little bit of each. All right. That was great to hear from him, and hope he and his family have a happy Thanksgiving. Hey, buckle up, put the phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Time for this week's College Vault Play of the Week. We're going to go back to a Husker matchup with the Northwestern Wildcats, a game that was played just a few years ago here at Memorial Stadium.
Trips to the near side. Kellogg gets a shotgun snap. Final play of the game. Ron waiting for the wideouts to get downfield. Launches the throw down toward the goal line. Going up. Ball tipped in the air. Caught. Touchdown. Jordan Westerkamp. Nebraska wins the game on the final play of the contest. Oh, baby.
What a play. A lot of people, that's one of their favorite memories at Memorial Stadium. That launch to Westerkamp made the catch just inside the goal line to give the Huskers a last-second victory over Northwestern. Hey, Alumni Hall is your ultimate Husker shopping experience with the largest and best selection of apparel, vault gear, and tailgate accessories. Shop their 2 Lincoln locations or alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, where Huskers shop. We are back with our Big Ten picks of the week. That's next.
The Ford truck lineup is purpose-built from the ground up, designed to be tough and productive. Crafted with high-strength, military-grade aluminum alloy body and torture-tested high-strength steel frame with new tech to help you work smart and hard. The F-150, Ranger, and Maverick are built tough and ready to tackle whatever lies ahead. Hit the road in confidence and learn more about Ford trucks in-store or online anytime at WoodhouseFord.com, your trusted truck dealer since 1975. Woodhouse Ford.
There's a call on the field for a quality seed specific to where you farm. Make the right call with Prairie Valley. With local research in 8 regions throughout Nebraska, Prairie Valley performs with their locally specific hybrids and varieties while achieving the highest quality and yield. No matter where you farm in Nebraska, Prairie Valley has the seed for where you are. Find a local dealer and learn more about the seed for where you are at prairievalleyseeds.com.
From motorcycles to minivans, townhouses to 2 stories, what you drive and where you live is different for everyone. So it's important to have insurance that fits your needs. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right. And ranked highest in customer satisfaction among auto insurers in the Central Region 4 out of the last 5 years by J.D. Power. Learn more at shelterinsurance.com. For J.D. Power 2022 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The thoughtfully redesigned 2023 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. It'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4. The 2023 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Comparison based on competitor information from manufacturer websites as of June 2022. Duteau Subaru in Lincoln and DuteauSubaru.com.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Sam Pineda with Campus News. Husker students on the debate team and Bateman competition public relations team earned national championships this past year, marking a first for each program. The debate team claimed victory with one of the youngest teams in the country, while the Bateman competition public relations team won their championship by building a PR campaign for the Lymphoma Research Foundation.
More Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic care first. Studies show that chiropractic is safe, drug-free, and the most effective treatment option for back, neck, and joint pain. It can also help patients of all ages reduce migraines, improve mobility, and maximize athletic performance. Keep the entire family healthy and active with natural, cost-effective chiropractic care. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear gas prices, go take a hike. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. The Toyota hybrid lineup brings efficiency with power, savings with style, and top-notch tech to keep you connected. Not to mention plush premium interiors and the most advanced Toyota safety features. So, now you know who you're talking to. Toyota, the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. Toyota, the brand with a hybrid or electric vehicle for every driver. Toyota, the brand that helps save you money at the pump. Now, let me ask you a question, dear gas prices. You really think you can stand in the way of the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years? Think again. Toyota Hybrids. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimates, CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
I'm the warmest too. I'm so glad we called SOS before the coldest got here.
I'm always the coldest.
SOS to the rescue.
Hey, this is Dakota Crawford. If your house is the coldest, call SOS Heating and Cooling. Their techs don't make commissions, so they give you an honest opinion, fair pricing, and longer warranties than the competition guaranteed. Don't be like me in the winter. Take it from Dakota.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
Beardmore Subaru celebrates Nebraska volleyball again this season. 5 national championships, 47 All-Americans, and a home sellout streak dating back to 2001. The longest streak for any women's sport in NCAA history. Beardmore Subaru has been a proud supporter of Husker volleyball for more than 10 years. Beardmore Subaru in Bellevue has the new Subaru Outback Wilderness, loaded with off-road ready upgrades, and the new Solterra, Subaru's first ever all-electric and all-wheel drive vehicle. Go Big Red.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall and Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more acres, solutions for every field. Oh boy, here we go.
You trying to change up your luck here this week?
I had to hop on the mic
let
to
Andrew
see if
come
we
to
can.
the grown-up table tonight.
He's trying to get the mojo back,
In
right?
the Thanksgiving theme of things.
He's moving on up.
The feast this week.
It is time for our Big Ten game predictions presented by Choices Treatment Center, helping people make positive choices. And I knew last week we had to do it on Monday. I knew that I didn't have a full week to study these matchups, that it would hurt my performance.
And it did?
Yeah, it did. All right, let's go through the results from last week. Illinois,
Well,
Michigan.
Arkansas in particular, for sure. That
Yeah,
one.
because we were like, if we knew the kid was going to play, I would probably flip it. And, how about Illinois? Did they play well at the Big House?
They did. It's like almost like Michigan was shocked once Blake Corum went down and didn't know what to do.
And Brett Bielema did not like the...
Did he get fined?
I'm sure he will. He tweeted out, he goes, we will work, Illinois fans, we will work all week on defending this play. And it was a clear pick play that Michigan ran on 4th down to get a first down to keep the drive alive. And he shows the video of the play.
Wow.
That was pretty cool. He's right. It was a bad call. But Michigan does win. We all picked Michigan, so yay team. We all took Purdue. It wasn't overly impressive, but they beat Northwestern, so all of us win there. Indiana and Michigan State. We all go Michigan State. They led 24-7.5, but lose in overtime to Indiana. Yikes. We all lose that one.
Both those teams, you talk about teams that have not been good for you. Both of them have bit me multiple times this year.
Sparty's been hard to get a handle on, gang. All right, Ohio State at Maryland. Easy. Well, it should have been easy, but that was a pretty good game. Maryland gave Ohio State a fight. We all picked the Buckeyes. We all picked Penn State. They rolled Rutgers. Iowa, Minnesota. We were divided on this one. Jessica, you, Andrew, and Tim all took the Hawkeyes. Molly and I had Minnesota, and I watched it again today. Minnesota should have won the game, but they didn't, so congratulations to you three.
Thanks.
I'll take that. I thought I had Minnesota, but I'll take that.
No, you had Iowa.
Perfect.
So 3 of you got it right. Molly and I on the downside of that one. USC, UCLA. Boy, that was a tremendous football game late Saturday night. I cannot believe we all 5 took the Trojans. But it worked. We all 5 got it right because the Bruins blew an early lead, and so the Trojans win. So we survive. Utah, Oregon. This was another one I couldn't believe we were all in sync on. We all took the Ducks. They win. Pretty good game. Ole Miss at Arkansas. We all took Ole Miss. Arkansas routs them, so we all get beat on that one.
Yikes. But that, again, we didn't know the quarterback was going to play. It's Monday. And
Should not have to pick these on Monday's show.
well, you're in charge of this. You're the boss.
We had no chance. We had no other show last week. We had to do it. Maybe we should have just done it like and videoed it, podcasted it out. Our
Yeah.
Put it on Twitter
Next
or
time
something.
we should
Just
do
have our
that.
video.
By God, we're putting in a new bylaw. Next year, we'll do this that way. Kansas, Texas. Oh, 4 of you got this one right. Texas rolls the Longhorns. So congratulations to all of you. TCU, Baylor.
And who got it wrong?
The other guy. TCU, Baylor. How about the fire drill at the end of the game to get the field goal off? That was incredible that they got the
Points from the
kickoff team out
kicker,
there.
like, I mean, you talk about mental. Probably it was worked out better for me. Didn't have to think about it much, but it was like.
And I know you practiced that, but
Yeah.
that was impressive.
Yes.
And it was like a 42-yarder or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's running out straight. Oh, it's amazing.
We all got it right, so congratulations that we all got that one right. So last week, we have 3 of you at 9-2. Jessica, Andrew, Tim. Well done.
Thank you.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Molly goes 8-3. So here's the standings after last week's appearances. Jess, you are at 108-42. You now have a 7-game lead
I like it. Like to hear it.
over Molly.
Okay. Molly.
Tim and Andrew, 150. Really good percentage. So you guys are 8 games back of Jessica, and I'm at 99-51. I'm a game back of you guys.
Oh.
You're in last?
Yeah. How about that? All right, let's get into this week's picks. Ohio State, Michigan. Jess, let's start with the big one, the battle for the East, and probably a battle for a playoff spot.
I think I'm going to go with Ohio State. I think they're going to remember last year's game, be mad about it, and get revenge this year.
Tim?
Yeah, I think that is exactly why I'm rolling with that. And then the uncertain status of Blake Corum. So give me Ohio State.
Same with them. Ohio State.
Buckeyes, I really would like to pick Michigan in this game, but I think with the uncertainty of Corum, I just don't think,
Yeah.
even if he plays, I don't think he's 100%. I don't think they can beat them without a healthy Blake Corum. So we're all in agreement. We all go Ohio State. Rutgers at Maryland. Anybody feeling frisky for the Scarlet Knights?
Apparently someone is.
No, you know he's kidding. Come on, you know he's kidding.
All right, so we all take Maryland to win that slugfest. Illinois and Northwestern, in-state battle there. Anybody? Cats get their second one of the year?
No.
So can't believe we lost to them.
I know.
All right, so all 5 of us take Illinois in that one. This will be a good one. Tim, I'm going to start with you on this one. Minnesota at Wisconsin. What do you think?
I'm going Minnesota. Call it just not being overly impressed. We heard from Jeremiah in our last segment. I'm kind of with him. Didn't love what Wisconsin put on tape, and I think Minnesota's starting to get their rhythm back, and I think they're going to outdo Wisconsin at their own game. So give me the Golden Gophers.
I'm going to go Wisconsin on this one. They're at home. I know that Braylon Allen might be hurt, but their backup running back showed very good poise here.
Ches Malusi was good.
And I thought they both showed great poise, so I'm going to go with Wisconsin on that.
I'm with you. I'm going with the Badgers at home.
Yeah, you're both all wrong. It's Minnesota. The Gophers get the axe back. They're the better football team. I'm with Jeremiah Sirles. You got to listen to that guy that stirs up all of his Thanksgiving food in one bowl. You got to go with that.
The goulash
And who picked Indiana every single game last year.
Tom Allen boy. All right, so we're split on that one. Tim and I go Minnesota. Molly's also with Wisconsin. So it's 3-2 on that game.
You like it because I know I'm really get them right.
Well, if you go first, then I might say, oh, yeah, I'm going with that one, too.
The old Oaken bucket. Have you guys seen this thing? It's really tiny. It's really good. You got to Google it. It's really small.
Oakland bucket?
Oaken. The old Oaken bucket. That's what they play for. Purdue, Indiana. It's a little tiny little bucket. That's what they play for. Indiana completely changed their offense last week. They benched Bazelak, and they went with a running quarterback. They ran the football the whole time, and it worked. They beat Michigan State. Does it help them, Andrew, Saturday?
It does not help them.
No. Okay.
It does not help them.
You're going Purdue.
Purdue.
Jess?
I think I'm going to go with Purdue, too. I want to pick Indiana, but I just don't know. I don't know about them. What are they going to do?
Tim?
I'm torn on this one. I think give me Purdue. All right. Just a feeling.
I'm with you, too. I think Purdue's just a better football team. And I know it's at Indiana, but I think Purdue still gets it done in that game. The Land-Grant Trophy on the line with Michigan State and Penn State. I like Penn State in this game. I think they're playing really, really well. They're trying to get a New Year's Six bowl game, and I think they're going to get into one of those Big Six bowl games. Give me Penn State.
You even have to ask me who I'm going to pick?
Yeah, you've been on the Penn State line for 2 years.
I have been. Yes.
Andrew?
I'm going Penn State.
Tim?
Penn State.
All right. All 5 of us go in, so Molly as well with Penn State. All right. The Egg Bowl tomorrow night. This is a Thanksgiving night game. Mississippi State at Ole Miss. It's going to be raining. A lot of rain in the forecast of this game. Ole Miss only favored by 2. Tim, who you got on this one?
I think it's a bounce back week for Ole Miss. Last week was rough. I think their offense is good enough to get it done in any weather. So I'm going to go with the Rebels.
Word for word with Tim. I'm going with Ole Miss.
Okay.
Oh, I really want to do it. I really want to go with Mississippi State and the Pirate, but I think I'm going to go with Ole Miss. I think at home, and being that it's going to rain and, Leach likes to throw it, I got to go with Ole Miss.
Ole Miss has been a burr in my saddle all year long.
Same.
But I'm riding them again. Give me Ole Miss. Molly goes Ole Miss as well. The AAC, one of the division titles on the line, Tulane at Cincinnati. Tulane, I can't believe they're still in the top 25. What a year they have had. Jess, what do you think of this one?
I think I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
Okay.
I'm also going to go Cincinnati. I think we picked Tulane a few times, and that one time against UCF, and we lost. So I'm going to go Cincy.
Okay. Tim?
Andrew's right, but I got to gain ground, so give me Tulane.
You and Molly go Tulane. I'm going Cincinnati as well. All right, the battle for North Carolina, NC State at North Carolina. The Tar Heels, Andrew, a slight favorite in this game.
They are a slight favorite, but they are not going to be a slight favorite for me. Give me the Wolfpack.
See, this is why.
Wolfpack, always, they've done me bad. North Carolina's done me worse.
This is why you can't win, because you don't.
I don't like Josh Downs.
You don't like North Carolina because you're a Duke fan.
I think North Carolina should have lost the last game.
I'm going with North Carolina, Greg.
Perfect.
Okay. Tim?
Again, I have to distance myself from Andrew. I knew he wasn't going to take North Carolina, and it's a coin toss for me, so give me North Carolina.
I'm with you as well. I go North Carolina, but Molly says NC State, and I'm sorry, Jess, who'd you take?
I got the Heels. Go Tar Heels.
All right, so we've got 2, Andrew and Molly going NC State. All right, the Civil War, Oregon at Oregon State. Jess, what do you think?
I'm going with the Ducks again. Boy, they looked pretty good last week. Even, I think Bo Nix is back to being healthy is what he said, and defense looked a lot better last week, so I got Oregon.
They took a lot out of them beating Utah last week. Oregon State's laying in the weeds in Corvallis. That place is wild. This is going to be an OSU win on Saturday.
Whoa.
Give it to Beavers.
Okay. I got a healthy Bo Nix is back.
He says he's feeling better.
Oregon. I got Oregon.
Tim?
Yeah, the Ducks are the big brother here. I'm going to take Oregon as well.
Good. Love myself on that one. I'm going to pick up a point. Love it. All right, Washington at Washington State. Again, on the Palooza. A little wild stuff goes on there. Washington coming off of a big couple of weeks. They're going to stub their toe. Give me Washington State in a little bit of an upset.
Wow. See, I have to go back to last year. Washington State beat Washington.
At Seattle.
And Washington remembers that. They go beat Washington State. So I got Washington.
All right, Andrew.
QB1 at Washington is the real deal. You know that's my guy. I love Michael Penix Jr. I love that guy. He's a stud. So I'm going Washington.
Tim, come with me. Come on.
Oh, I'll do it. Washington's burning me this year. So.
Come to the dark side.
Give me Washington State.
Come on, revenge tour. Let's go.
These rivalry games are always so
I know,
crazy.
it's crazy.
Love stuff.
Crazy.
All right, that's the picks for the week. Molly also went with Washington on that pick as well. Hey, if you or someone you love has a problem with gambling, call Choices Treatment Center at 402-476-2300 or the Nebraska Gamblers Assistance Program at 1-833-238-6837. We're back to wrap up this hour next.
It's harvest special time, and you can save $3 per foot or $3,900 per quarter-mile system now on a T&L pivot system. Pivots worked long hours this season battling dry weather to save top-dollar corn and soybean crops. But did your pivots work like no other? If not, it's time to invest in a reliable, safe, low-maintenance T&L irrigation system. Hydrostatic drives move these durable workhorses continuously across fields. So get an irrigation system that works as hard as you do. Contact T&L Irrigation, your local T&L dealer, or visit us online at TLIRR.com. T&L Irrigation Systems like no other.
Pass made by the libero. Tip shot in the middle. Caspers from Swaledale. Not down. Bumped over to the left. Big shot by Badenhorst. Kaboom! Woo-hoo-hoo! An emphatic exclamation point to finish off the Friday night fun.
Hey, Huskers fans, this Friday, Nebraska Volleyball plays host to the Wisconsin Badgers. John Baylor and Lauren Cook West are live at 6:30 p.m. Tune into your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
While some seed companies put a greater stake in stock prices and anonymous shareholders, Rob Seco knows that what's important to you hits closer to home. That's why you'll find we're focused on your needs. With a simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, a relationship that makes it easy to connect with anyone at the company, and the technology, traits, and genetics you need from any source. Put your stock in the company that puts you first. Rob Seco.
At Nebraska, our people will always be our greatest asset. Day by day, donors give our teams the best opportunity to compete and win through their generous donations. Our vision for the future is ambitious and requires help from those who want to see Husker athletics excel at the highest level. Go big and join thousands of other Huskers Athletic Fund members with your gift today at huskers.com/donate. Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Our Sports Highlight Hotline brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime with 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. You can always find what you were looking for with Woodhouse. How'd the chat room do last week?
Crypto won, and Crypto's leading the overall standings, but their overall battle is a lot tighter than ours. They don't have a dominant winner.
Bragging, Andrew. She's bragging.
They don't have a dominant front runner.
They don't have a dominant team.
They don't have a dominant front runner like we do on this on this side of things.
All right, well, hey, Crypto, well done. Keep those picks coming in, guys. We will have some picks next week. We'll have those conference championship games to pick through next week. That should be a lot of fun. Well, that's going to do it for us. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Yeah. Let's go get a W in Iowa.
Let's do that. Let's spoil that party over in Iowa City. Another hour of Sports Nightly coming up. It's our volleyball show. The head coach, Lauren Cook West, will host that hour, so look forward to that coming your way on the other side. Buckle up. Put that phone down. It's a reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hey, honey.
Hey, Mom. How did Jordan's interview go?
I'm not sure. Your brother isn't home yet. Oh, one sec. Someone's at the door.
Are you Mrs. Lewis?
Yes?
Mrs. Lewis, I'm Officer Taylor. Your son was in a crash and has died.
What?
He wasn't wearing his seatbelt and was ejected from the vehicle.
No. No.
Someone is counting on you to buckle up. Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
There is no place like Nebraska, and there is no place that treats you like your home like Sapp Brothers. For over 50 years, Sapp Brothers has fueled America's heartland and has been a reliable partner to local farms, businesses, and Huskers fans across Nebraska, providing the highest quality fuel, lubricants, and propane, servicing your farming equipment, and welcoming guests into our travel centers. Visit www.sappbros.net. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics.
So, when do you think you'll be done with our kitchen renovation?
Well, ma'am, the Italian marble countertops will take a while to get in.
No problem. In the meantime, you can start on the spiral staircase.
What?
If you win Mega Millions from the Nebraska Lottery with a jackpot that starts in the millions in drawings Tuesdays and Fridays, you can afford to go a little mega.
So you want us to build a spiral staircase?
Well, how else are we supposed to get up to the helipad? Oh, good. My husband's home.
Top prize odds 1 in 302 million.
Want to get all the latest Husker news straight to your phone? Need to be the first of your friends to get the scoop on all things Huskers? Sign up for text alerts from Nebraska Athletics. Text Huskers to 83200 to get game time notifications and updates, breaking news, special ticket offers, and more straight to your phone. All the Husker news is just a quick text away. Just text Huskers to 83200. Standard text messaging rates apply and may vary by carrier. This is the Husker Volleyball Radio Show with head coach John Cook. Presented by Bank of the West and your Midwest Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com.
Outside swing by Kubik. Kaboom! Open court with Hinkle here, who had dived way back there near the cheerleaders to bring it back. Serve goes Hinkle over past Becca. Kaboom! It's the Becca Alex show. Bumped over to the left. Big shot by Badenhorst. Kaboom! Woo-hoo-hoo! An emphatic exclamation point to finish off the Friday night fun. Maddie Shin Purdue, great up by Lexi. Bumped over to the right. There's a tip shot. Kubik another! Maddie Kubik has all the answers. Husker volleyball again. Becca. Kaboom! Woo-hoo! Best connection in the middle all afternoon, and listen to the roar from 8,200 plus. Quiet. Out the block back cover outside set. Chin. Good stuff. Caitlin Horde. Wow. Caitlin Horde was low. She could only roll shot it. Now Purdue. Hudson stuffed. Woody Lonsdale. Had some help from Caitlin Horde. Her serving has been excellent. A really good pass. Set or dump. Great up by Whitney. Left side kill. Maddie Kubik. Kaboom!
And welcome into the Nebraska Volleyball Radio Show. My name is Tim Mulhaupt, filling in for John Baylor. In just a few moments, I'll turn it over to Coach Cook and Lauren Cook-West. But we wanted to remind you that our volleyball show is inside the Acres Broadcast Center, brought to you by Acres, the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more, solutions for every field. And that the official co-op of Husker Nation, Central Valley Ag, invites you to participate in the volleyball radio show, whether you text from the tractor or call from the combines. We love that here. Farmer feedback is always welcomed on the Husker Radio Network. With that said, we're taking your calls and texts, and I'll turn it over to Coach Cook and Lauren.
Tim, thank you so much for that introduction. And Coach Cook, let's start off with the breaking news from yesterday, which was not breaking news to you because I'm sure you've known for a while, but Kenzie Knuckles, Maddie Kubik announced that they are not coming back for a fifth year.
Yeah, they announced it yesterday, and they're not coming back. So, but we've known about that for quite a while. So,
Are you surprised by the timing of that announcement?
No, I think it's good. I mean, it's going to be senior night and everything, so they're going through senior night, so it would be awkward if, you know, they didn't go through senior night or they did go through it and then came back. So it's gets the speculation out, and they got big plans and ready to move on.
I like everyone's being upfront and honest. I like that.
Yeah.
Unlike the football coaching search, at least we have some clarity with who's coming back in the volleyball world.
Yeah, I don't know if they got asked about it or they just wanted to get it out of the way, because I'm sure a lot of people are asking them and bugging them about it, and our team's trying to focus on winning a Big Ten championship.
I also want to know why the volleyball team, speaking of football, doesn't volunteer at hospitals like the football team did today. And we had some fans wondering why the volleyball girls aren't out and about in the community like football is today.
Well, Lauren, football plays, 11 games. We play 30. We have done several things this fall already. It's just not as publicized. And, we have a match on Friday. The football plays on Friday. So I guess that's not a real reason, but we've done several things this fall that our players, we're always doing something. In fact, sometimes I think we do too much, and it impacts their time for school, and they get asked to do a lot of things, and we have to monitor that. Otherwise, they wouldn't have time to play volleyball, to be a student, to even have downtime. I mean, that sometimes is a big problem.
Well, we're jumping right back in from the last time I hosted the radio show by answering questions from fans that they submitted via Twitter. And I just want to make this clear. We have to move at the same speed as a zero tempo attack because there are so many questions. So this will be good practice for you.
No way.
What?
How many questions are there? Like 4?
There are a lot. But this will be good practice for you since you have struggled to run the quick tempo attack to the middles all season long.
Yeah. Okay.
And I will say that was the most frequently asked question was about the middles and the setters and their timing and their connection.
Yeah. Yep.
I want to emphasize, I'm always impressed with the amount of knowledge and passion that Husker Nation has for volleyball. And so, Coach Cook, I guess, are you ready to get the ball rolling?
Whenever you are.
We're putting you in the hot seat tonight.
Okay. Love being in the hot seat.
You looked thrilled.
Yeah.
This is from Keith. Who was the recruit who chose Nebraska because you promised to give her roping lessons?
That was Lainey Chobe from North Carolina. And it's a cool story. So she came on her official visit, and I got the roping dummy out. I gave her a lesson. I think the first time she was really close, second time she nailed it. I said, well, that's it. It's meant to be. And she, when she committed, she called me and just said, hey, I got a question. She texted me and said, I have a question for you. So I called her and she said, I just have one question. So I'm thinking she's going to ask a question like, you know, something about a scholarship or whatever, or, you know, I don't know, a major. And she goes, well, if I come to Nebraska, will you give me roping lessons? I go, not only will we get roping lessons, we'll ride and we'll make you a cowgirl. She'd be a great rodeo girl. So I've already told the UNL rodeo coach about her. So she may be a dual sport athlete here.
Can you do that? Or could you take your 5th year and go compete for the rodeo team?
Yeah, I think as long as you're in school, you can. It's a club team, so as long as you're in school, you can do it. But she could be a dual sport athlete. Be first ever, historic rodeo volleyball.
Wow. Someone was asking for a Lauren Stivrins update.
Lauren is in Arizona. No, she actually may be in Anaheim now rehabbing. She had to get her knee cleaned up. So I believe she's in Anaheim rehabbing right now with a USA team trainer. And she is trying to get ready to probably go overseas. She has a contract in Italy, but I don't think she'll be ready to go to maybe like January or something like that.
So she's still playing professionally?
Yes.
Someone else wanted an update on the Northwestern setter. Did you guys ever hear what happened to her or what injuries?
Yeah, I don't know anything. I just know she's still not playing, and that's about all we know. I mean, she's okay, but obviously she's either in concussion protocol or there's something else, but she has not played since our match.
From Beth, is it still against the rules to throw the volleyball? It seems as if officials aren't calling that as much this year, and the ball has been staying on players' hands for longer.
I agree with her totally. It's something that needs to be cleaned up. It's getting pretty loose. There's controversy every year on how to call it, how tight to call it, but when players are taking advantage of it, I think it needs to be called, and every ref's different. Some nights, some refs will call it tight and some don't call anything. And it's frustrating for the players to know and coaches to know how do we train at what you're allowed to do. And so it's a controversial thing. That's why it would be interesting to take the open hand tip out. Just like beach, you can't do it in beach. So that would eliminate all the controversy.
Has that been brought up? Has anyone talked about that before?
It's been brought up internationally, and it's been brought up with the rules. But nothing's really happened with it. But some players really take advantage of it, and even with their size, and it really allows them to take advantage of it. So that's why I think it needs to be reined in or eliminated, just to make the game more equal for everybody, not just because you're tall you can get away with it.
It's probably impossible to get every ref on the same page because every ref sees the game differently when it comes to open hand tips or double contacts with the ball spinning when a setter sets. I mean, there's so many different variables, and I don't know how. Do you have any ideas on how to keep that consistent?
Well, I actually am on the NCAA Rules Committee, Lauren, so I have a lot of ideas. The problem is that my ideas aren't all that popular because you've got, I don't know how many. You got Division I, Division II, and Division III, and NAIA, and junior college. So you have all these people that look at the game differently, trying to make rules for everybody. And, of course, they have to vote on it and do surveys, and you're never going to get all those people to agree. That's why Power 5 football does their own thing. They don't have to mess with Division II and Division III on what their rules are and what they want to do. So it can be changed, and will it? Probably not. I think there's a lot of things that need to be changed, but it's a slow, long process, and a lot of people have to agree to it.
So this one is from Ashton. What general strategies do you focus on when trying to slow down or prepare against a high caliber opposing attacker?
Well, every attacker has tendencies, and so you try to take away their strongest hit or their strongest tendencies and make them do what they don't want to do. And that's, we can do it three ways. One, we can serve a certain way to try to help take that out. Two, we can set up our block to help try to stop that. Three, set up our back row diggers to help try to stop that. So it's a multi-faceted deal that, you know, how all that works.
Do you use all three of those, or do you try to just focus on one?
No, we use all three, and you know, and sometimes, like we played Northwestern TTA, and it didn't matter what we were doing. She was killing the ball. So sometimes you can do everything right, and the hitters are just better.
This one is also from Ashton. She wants to know why we don't have theme-type games. For example, blackout, whiteout, redout. Match up the court, hand out towels or T-shirts to the fans to wear. And I think Penn State's they've done whiteouts before. I believe Wisconsin has maybe done a blackout or a redout before. So why doesn't Nebraska do that?
Well, we just did the rally towels for the 300 sellouts. So they handed out Hawaiian shirts to the student section last match. So there's things that we do. Just got to pay attention to them.
But it's not for the entire crowd. I mean, the Hawaiian shirts were just for the student section. Rally towels were for everyone, but those don't do much.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of people really liked them, but I thought.
Well, I like them, but I'm saying you don't have those on through the entire match, or you're not holding those up through the entire match, like a T-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, that's our marketing department, event management that does that. We kind of like to win a national championship, then give everybody rings.
This one's from Gary. Why do we have so much trouble setting the middle?
It's all about trust. Our setters don't trust it, and then our middles don't trust it. So it's a constant, battle working on it. I mean, it's just the same question you could ask, like, why can't football run the football? You know, why can't they run it well enough? Or why can't they throw it well enough? It's just, in a two-setter offense, your middles are hitting off two different setters, which can complicate it further. And our bottom line is our setters have to do a better job, and our middles have to do a better job of getting in the right spot, right spacing, and our setters have to do a better job of executing the set that they need to kill the ball.
I was trying to explain it to a fan, and what my opinion is everything has to go perfectly in order for you to be able to run the middle. The pass has to be there, the setter's footwork, their hands, the tempo of the ball coming out of their hands, then the middle's footwork and their spacing and where they're at it. Are they too tight to the net? Are they too far off the net? How close are they to the setter? Where their arm swing is at, their timing. I mean, there's just so many different variables that are involved when you're running that quick middle attack, and everything has to go perfectly in order for it to click.
Yes, because it is more of a high-risk play. It's faster, the timing and all that, and then you got to deal with the block too. So it's, but they're right. We've got to do a better job of that. And we've had some matches where it's gone well and some matches that hasn't gone well. And but bottom line is we need to run middle, and we've got some middles that can do a good job. So every week we try to tune it up and make it work better.
From Bill, he wants to know, while he was attending the Northwestern match at Northwestern, Whitney Lonstein was back to serve and looked over at you for the serving zone call, and then she shook her head no after seeing what you called. Was she shaking off the call that you gave her? Do you remember this, or was that totally unrelated?
I don't remember that, so it might have been something else. I may have asked her if she was wanted to serve a certain place, and she may have told me no. I don't remember, though. But if she was shaking no to me, it was probably because I asked her something. It also could have just been something else, too.
Can players tell you no when you are asking them or telling them where to serve? Can they shake their head no and ask you to serve somewhere else?
No, they like for direction where to serve, but sometimes, again, I will ask them or I'll give them the option if we want to serve short or mix it up or something like that. So sometimes I'll give them the option, whatever they're feeling best. But no, they don't. I've never had somebody say, no, I don't want to serve there.
Thank you, Lauren, and thank you, Coach. I'm going to interject because we need to take our first break of the hour. We wanted to remind our fans you can join in on tonight's show by calling the Sports Nightly Hotline. It's brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. With 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned, you can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. And buckle up and put that phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Back with Coach and Lauren after this.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Sam Pineda with Campus News. For the 5th straight year, the University of Nebraska system is a top 100 patent-earning institution. NU system researchers were granted 43 patents in 2021, with UNL researchers named as inventors on 25 of these patents. Husker patents include 3 projects with partners at the University of Nebraska Medical Center and 6 patents for a surgical robot developed by faculty in the College of Engineering.
Here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. The strong ones. We help them grow stronger, making world-class genetics research and technology local. The cutting-edge yet common-sense agronomy, the shake-em-up yields. Because we're born and raised here too. And we'll keep raising the bar to ensure you only get the best at Hoegemeyer. Raised local, raised right here. Learn more at therightseed.com.
Woodhouse Nissan makes car buying easy, enjoyable, and stress-free. We will bring the dealership to your driveway with Nissan at Home. You can shop, drive, and buy a new or pre-owned Nissan all from the comfort of your own home. Explore every aspect of the purchasing process at your pace and convenience. Get real pricing on your vehicle of choice, review lease and financing options, and complete a credit application. Get to your next adventure faster with Woodhouse Nissan.
Farmers can make what seems impossible reality with a little hard work and ingenuity. They find solutions to reduce inputs and improve their yield. Valley Irrigation is no different. As the leader in irrigation technology, we deliver results and optimize your operation. Because when you have a vision for the future, you need the people that can make it possible by your side. Expect what's next. Expect what's possible from Valley. Visit us at valleyirrigation.com.
I started to yell shoot it so Shelley could get an assist. At top, Kendall Coley will shoot a 3. You betcha! Kendall Coley knocks down a triple.
Shooting with confidence right now. Kendall has played a really good basketball game.
Hey, Huskers fans, this Friday, Nebraska women's basketball heads to Puerto Rico to battle Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Join Matt Coatney and Jeff Griesch at the Puerto Rico Classico tournament at 12:15 p.m. Tune into your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Every single day, Central Valley Ag works with our farmers to feed the globe. When you grow non-GMO white corn or non-GMO yellow corn, you can earn up to $250 more per acre. Do the math. Growing CVA value-added grains pays huge dividends. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Learn how you can get up to a $5,000 signing bonus with a value-added grain contract at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Bank of the West is offering the first checking account designed for climate action. It gives back 1% of the account's net revenue to the planet at no cost to you. Shows you the estimated carbon impact of debit card purchases. And there's no minimum balance required. Learn more at bankofthewest.com/1%. Additional conditions apply. Member FDIC.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Farmers Mutual of Nebraska is proud to support Husker athletics. Having a confident teammate beside you makes all the difference when it comes to protecting what matters most. With a proven track record of dependable coverage, unmatched financial strength, and a prompt claim service team right here in Nebraska, that's insurance kept local. Visit FMNE.com to contact an agent for a quote today. Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
Here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. The strong ones. We help them grow stronger, making world-class genetics research and technology local. The cutting-edge yet common-sense agronomy, the shake-em-up yields. Because we're born and raised here too, and we'll keep raising the bar to ensure you only get the best at Hogemeyer. Raised local, raised right here. Learn more at therightseed.com.
Hey Huskers fans, this Friday, Nebraska football takes on Iowa. Husker Game Day is live at 11 a.m. with Ben McLaughlin and David Benning. At 1 p.m., Greg Sharpe hosts Countdown to Kickoff, followed by the Mickey Joseph pregame show. At 3, Greg, Damon, and Jessica Coody bring you every angle of every play as the Huskers battle the Hawkeyes. After the game, Bill Dolman and Damon host the 5th quarter show. Then Greg will talk to Mickey Joseph, and Jessica will speak with Huskers players before Matt Coney and Jay Foreman talk to you on Big Red Reaction. Tune into your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red! And welcome back into the Acres Broadcast Center, brought to you by the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, Acres, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. And Nebraska 811 says, go dig red before you dig. Always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free, it's easy, and it's the law. And we do have a caller on the line, Carol in Washington State. Go ahead, Carol. Carol, you there? Carol, you're on with Coach. Carol, you there?
I'm here, but I'm hearing the commercial continuing.
Oh, Carol, you might need to turn down your radio.
I don't have a radio. I'm on my web or on my desktop.
Okay, Carol.
Okay, my question surrounds. Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, Carol.
My question surrounds. Okay, Coach, how are you?
Great.
I am here. I hope I can. No, I'm done with the commercial now. I don't know what I can do. I don't know what I'm.
Okay, Carol. Well, you can call
on my
back.
desktop.
Try calling us back, Carol. We'll get you on at a little bit later in the show. We're gonna get you back on later. Thank you, Carol. All right, Lauren, I'll turn it back over to you and Coach.
Coach, this one's from Gay, and this is my favorite question. Lauren shares great strategic insight in her radio commentary. Do you ever seek her insight?
Always. I always ask you after the match, what did you think when we go off air? So I'm always open to your insights. Yes. Ex-setters always have great insight.
We have a lot of volleyball-related conversations.
Yeah. If you'd like to tell me what lineup to run this weekend, I'll be all up. I'm up for it.
I'm just trying to figure out what lineup you're running so I can break it on the air, and then everyone else can learn from our pregame show what the starting lineup will be.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're doing it because JB sometimes has no clue.
I'm usually telling him what the starting lineup is.
Yeah.
This one's from Sarah. I also really like this question. Are there any stats that fans can follow to indicate how well you are passing in a match?
Wow, that's a great question. And I think the answer is no, unless you're just mentally keeping track of how we're passing. But that's no, it doesn't happen. Now, we have it on the bench. I know what our passers are passing. But it's something that's not up on the big screen or being announced on radio. I mean, that would be a great thing to maybe incorporate sometime. You know, have a passing stat or passing board. You guys are seeing it like, oh, so and so's passing this, so and so's passing that. That'd be pretty cool.
One thing I look at, and I may be way off with this, and we talk about it on the radio broadcast. So Sarah, if you listen to the radio broadcast, maybe we can help you out. But I look at your side out percentage, because usually when you're passing well, that side out percentage is 65%, is above 65%, which is, I believe, your goal. If you're passing poorly, that number drops significantly.
That's correct. But I think Sarah's asking, you know, how do we know who's really
True.
Who's really passing well and who's not passing well. Now, if you have a photographic memory like me, you know, I see it all. It rotates in my head, so I know who's passing well. I don't even need to really look at numbers. But I think what she's asking is about looking at numbers. And again, I think that'd be a cool process. Like maybe Nebraska Public Television could run a stat during their matches. Like, okay, here's what Nebraska's passing here individually and as a team, and here's what the other team is, because it is a pretty important stat.
Could you put anything up on your big screen at Devaney to show that?
Yeah, they might be able. Yeah, they might be able to do it, but I don't know if anybody in there is actually statting passers, except you know, I guess if they could take our stats and do it, you know, from Brian Magantang, our video guy who's doing our stats. I wonder if they could feed it off of there somehow, but it's something to think about. You know, the other thing is, you know, the radar gun. You know, in men's volleyball now they have radar guns at the end, so you can see how hard the serve was. We actually have one in Devaney. It's not set up for matches because it would block fans, and fans would be in the way of it, but we have it in practice. We really haven't used it much. It's there. It just shows what the serve speed is, and so it's something we probably will mess with in the off season.
It's like baseball. You get to know how fast the pitch was. You get to know how fast the serve was, the attack was. That would be cool. Here's some great ideas for you next season.
I know. We're working on them.
From Carmen, what areas have you seen the most improvement this year, and what area did you hope would be further along at this point?
Our block has major improvement. I wish our middle attack was further along. That was kind of a no-brainer question.
This one's from Cindy. When you scout opposing teams, what tendencies do you look for first that will help you have the biggest advantage?
Well, that's a complicated answer because there's a lot of things that we look for. I'll just rattle off a few. Okay, who's getting set the most? Okay, so do teams have a balanced attack, or are they oversetting one or two players? 2, what are the setter tendencies? 3, what are the hitter's tendencies? What do they like to do? 4, how do they pass from if the ball is served to the right side of the court or the left side of the court? So those are a few things that we start looking at, and it gets very, very detailed. We have about a 60-page report that really breaks it down. You know, if the setter gets past to a certain area, what do they set? What are their tendencies? Where are their weakest areas of the court? compared to their strongest areas. So there's a lot of information. And that's how we start a match, but once the match gets going, I mean, we'll go a lot by our gut feel of what we're seeing and what's happening, because a lot of times in volleyball, the stats they're pretty accurate, but all of a sudden it can just flip one night and it makes no sense. Like, okay, wait, they're not supposed to be this good or doing that in this rotation or hitting that good, and all of a sudden they are. So you still got to go by the feel and can't rely on numbers and computers and all that stuff.
So you're getting a 60-page report every time or before you play a match?
Yep.
And that's what you're looking at to prepare?
Yeah, Jalen does. I don't look at all 60 pages because I'm old school. I go by what I see on video and how I feel, but I do look at about 14 of those 60 pages.
How many hours do you think you spend watching video in preparation? So how many hours of video have you watched on Wisconsin this week?
You talking about just me or staff?
You, just you alone.
I don't watch as much as Jalen does because I'm always watching us. So I tend to focus on us, but probably I would say an hour to an hour and a half every day on Wisconsin this week.
Wow. This one's from Nikki. Do you see Allie Batenhorst as a 6th rotation outside?
That's the plan someday, that she's a 6th rotation. Same with Lindsay Krause.
And what would it take for them to become 6th rotation outsides?
It's a 4-letter word, starts with P. Pass the ball.
I think that's more than 4 letters. That's 3 words. But
ball, yeah.
They need to be better passers.
Pass. I mean, that's what you got to do to be a 6th rotation. So Maddie Kubik has developed into a great passer. She's also a great hitter, does everything really well. And those guys have to pass.
This one's from Brad. What has changed that has helped Kennedy Orr get more playing time, and what has helped her play so well?
I think she's just gotten her confidence back a little bit, and we've trained the heck out of her. And she's a very gifted setter, but she was having some interference from injury and not trusting her legs and getting her feet to the ball. So it's just been a lot of hard work, a lot of hard training, and her confidence is back, and she's technically and fundamentally doing much better than she was before, and so got to give her credit for training hard and making changes.
This one's from Abby. What is it about Caitlin Hord's attack style that makes it so difficult to set her?
You'd have to ask our setters that. I don't see anything. I mean, she jumps, throw it up there, let her go hit it. It's pretty simple to me. But one of the things is, and we can't get too technical on this, but spacing is real important for setters to feel it where the hitters are, and we're working on her being more consistent where she goes and her spacing to the setter, because as you know, that there's no pass is ever in the same spot, so that spacing is constantly changing, so those middles and setters are constantly adjusting on their spacing and where they need to be, and the middles that can get in a consistent spot in relationship to that setter, so the setter just makes the same set to them, and one time she's close, one time she's far, one time she's off, one time she's tight. Then the setters start guessing, and that's some of the issues we have when we're not connecting, is the setters are just kind of guessing where it might be, and that's what helps middle hitters get good sets if they can be consistent in that area.
Thanks, Coach. And we're going to get our next break right here. And we want to remind all of our listeners that the Sports Nightly Hotline is brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. With 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned, you can always find what you are looking for with Woodhouse. We'll take our next break. We'll be back with Coach and Lauren after this.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we designed the Ford trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 45 years straight. Made for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't designed for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2021 calendar year total sales.
So, when do you think you'll be done with our kitchen renovation?
Well, ma'am, the Italian marble countertops will take a while to get in.
No problem. In the meantime, you can start on the spiral staircase.
What?
If you win Mega Millions from the Nebraska Lottery with a jackpot that starts in the millions in drawings Tuesdays and Fridays, you can afford to go a little mega.
So you want us to build a spiral staircase?
Well, how else are we supposed to get up to the helipad? Oh, good. My husband's home.
Top prize odds 1 in 302 million.
Whether you compete on the court, at the track, on the field, or in the fields, winning isn't just a goal. It's a mindset, shaped, honed, and defined throughout the season. That's why farmers pushing themselves to be the best plant DeKalb brand corn. Wherever you compete, winning has roots. Perform at your best with DeKalb. Always read and follow grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
The name on the mailbox may say Smith, Myers, Baumgartner, or Johnson, but when you choose to plant with Rob Seco, it includes your name too, making you a stockholder in a company that's invested in you. With the simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, relationships that bring more to the table, the technology, traits, and genetics that take on local conditions, and people with the know-how to use it. At Rob Seco, the only stockholder we listen to is you.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pre-game routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid minerals with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blahorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
At Sideline Chevrolet, we help you find vehicles designed with purpose and function, prioritizing safety, technology, and the dependability you need. Visit our Chevy locations in Blair, Crete, Fremont, or Wahoo to shop in-stock and inbound inventory, or to order your new vehicle. And as your Chevrolet Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles, including medium-duty trucks and low-cab forwards. Visit SidDillonChevy.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Chevy, find new roads.
I'm the warmest too. I'm so glad we called SOS before the coldest got here.
I'm always the coldest.
SOS to the rescue.
Hey, this is Dakota's Crawford. If your house is the coldest, call SOS Heating and Cooling. Their techs don't make commissions, so they give you an honest opinion, fair pricing, and longer warranties than the competition guaranteed. Don't be like me in the winter. Take it from Dakota.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Dear gas prices, go take a hike. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. The Toyota hybrid lineup brings efficiency with power, savings with style, and top-notch tech to keep you connected. Not to mention plush premium interiors and the most advanced Toyota safety features. So, now you know who you're talking to. Toyota, the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. Toyota, the brand with a hybrid or electric vehicle for every driver. Toyota, the brand that helps save you money at the pump. Now, let me ask you a question, dear gas prices. You really think you can stand in the way of the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years? Think again. Toyota Hybrids. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimates, CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
And welcome back to the Nebraska Volleyball Radio Show. We're here with head coach John Cook and Lauren Cook West. And we wanted to remind you that Bank of the West women-owned businesses are vital to a thriving culture of entrepreneurship, innovation, and responsible contribution to community and the planet. Bank of the West is proud to provide resources, training, and solutions to help you achieve your goals. Learn more at bankofthewest.com, member FDIC. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Coach Cook and Lauren.
All right, Coach Cook, this one is from Peter. What is the proper location for setting our outsides? When he watches, he said that it looks like they're reaching back behind their head for the ball at times, whereas when he watches other teams' outsides, it looks like their attackers are attacking closer to the net and the ball's in front of their arm swing and they can really pound their attacks down, whereas we have a lot of roll shots and tips that have to be thrown in at times.
Interesting. Is it because they have to roll shot or they want to roll shot? But
I'm just repeating the question from Peter and what he sees.
Yeah, he's seeing some good stuff there. You know, we do miss sets, other teams miss sets too. But you know, we have certain target areas where we want the ball, but really we want the ball about 3 feet off the net and just inside the sidelines, so they have room to turn down the sideline or hit cross court. So, but there's a window out there that the setters are trying to put the ball into, and he's right. If the ball drifts off the net, it's a hard ball to hit, really hard ball to hit. But if you set too tight, you're dealing with, you know, potentially a really big block, and it's hard. So there's a fine line there, but we got a box out there we're trying to really set it to.
I think it happens most often with your right sides, and what I've noticed is Kennedy and Nicklin or even Ani, instead of taking it over their right shoulder and right eye, they're taking it over their left shoulder and their left eye, and that's why the ball's coming off. And then Whitney and Lindsay are both, and sometimes even Allie and Maddie are attacking from behind their head. Yeah, well, sometimes it's a setter, but sometimes it's their approach, their footwork that doesn't help it either. So. But yeah, that does happen, and you know, that's why setting is a tough position, and good setters can make hitters better, and that's what we talk to our setters about. Can you make those hitters better? But can you put balls where they need it, where they can be as effective as possible, or are you putting them in positions that make it really hard on them? And you were a setter, you know. It's always the setter's fault.
Yeah.
No, even if the attacker, if their approach is off or they're in the wrong position, it's always the setter's fault.
Yeah. Maybe those outside hitters should be taking those setters out to dinner more.
Hey, I think quarterbacks do that in the NFL. They get with their linemen. I think they get them nice gifts and try and entice them to block.
Yep, definitely. I think the outside hitters maybe need to be doing that with the setters.
This one is from Sean. Can you try to put into words how difficult it is to prepare for two very good Big Ten teams in 2 days?
It's, you would think it would be hard, but we're actually preparing for those teams every week, no matter who we're playing. And we have terminology, we have game plans that we can just throw in. And so it's for us how we do it. We're able to be able to prepare for two teams, and you know, we start early in the week with the second team we're playing, and as we get closer to the first team we're going to play, And then we get a practice that day of that we get to reboot it. So for the second team. So anyway, it's as you know, Lauren, you've been in this program. We're preparing every week for all the things we're going to see and who we're going to play. And by the time we get to this year, I mean, they know what they need to do, and it's pretty easy to communicate it with them.
Well, I can't believe it's that time already. We got to get our last break in, Coach. So we're going to remind everyone one more time that our Woodhouse Auto Family Hotline is sponsored by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. With 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned, you can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. We'll come back with Coach and Lauren right after this.
Touchdown, Nebraska!
If you're doing business in Nebraska, the best way to connect your organization with the excitement surrounding the Huskers is through a partnership with Nebraska Athletics. You can take your business to the next level by reaching loyal Husker fans through in-venue signage, digital and social media, radio advertising, and more.
Got it!
Join the Husker team today and email partners@huskers.com to learn more about opportunities to connect with Husker Nation. That's partners@huskers.com.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
I'm Molly Robinson for the Huskers Radio Network. Husker fans, in honor of the 50th anniversary of Title IX, we're taking a look back at some of the female Husker trailblazers who proved that more is possible. Today, we honor Heidi Wall. Wall is one of Nebraska golf's most decorated academic and athletic performers. During her senior season, Wall led Nebraska with a 79.11 stroke average, all while playing a team best of 38 rounds in 1995 and 96. She even earned an individual trip to the 1996 NCAA championships. Wall was Nebraska's top finisher in 8 of 12 tournaments during the 95-96 season. On top of that, she boasts 5 top 10 tournament finishes and 8 top 20 performances. Not only did she excel on the course, but also in the classroom. As a senior in 1996, Wall ended her Husker career as a co-SIDA academic All-American, making her the first in Nebraska women's golf history. She also was a 2-time NGCA Scholastic All-American and a 2-time academic All-Big 12 selection. After her golf career, Wall earned a Doctor of Dental Surgery from the UNMC College of Dentistry. Now, Heidi and her husband Todd are pediatric dentists right here in Lincoln. This Title IX Spotlight is proudly brought to you by Bank of the West. Women-owned businesses are vital to a thriving culture of entrepreneurship, innovation, and responsible contribution to community and the planet. Bank of the West is proud to provide resources, training, and solutions to help you achieve your goals. Learn more at bankofthewest.com. Member FDIC.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Get a Hy-Vee Plus Premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. For a limited time, get $50 off an annual Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG. That's right, get $50 off a Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG.
En la última jugada, ahora sí bajo centro. Lo van a presionar, busca el pase, es profundo por izquierda. Y es buena la recepción. Viene a toda velocidad, nadie lo va a alcanzar a la yarda. 10-5. Anotación. Trey Palmer.
Hey Huskers fans, this Friday, the Huskers Radio Network is proud to present Huskers football in Espanol. Coverage of Nebraska's matchup against Iowa begins at 3 p.m. Tune in at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red. We're back to wrap up the Nebraska Volleyball Radio Show with Coach Cook and Lauren Cook West, and that's brought to you by Dorothy Lynch, Homestyle, light and lean dressing, endless flavor abilities, and Nebraska 811 says go dig red before you dig. Always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free, it's easy, and it's the law. Back over to Coach Cook and Lauren.
Coach, a few more questions before we wrap up here. This one's from Dana. What is your favorite stat to watch during a match, or which stat do you check the most often?
What we're hitting and what our opponents are hitting. Those are the two that I watch the most.
And then this one's from Jess. What is the mindset, focus, and training techniques used with your team as you finish the regular season, and what is the main focus heading into the postseason?
We're, it's just the same things all year, and now it's just trying to keep them fresh, keep them challenged. We actually up some of our drills and what they have to do to get out of the drills, make it harder on them. Doesn't mean we go in there longer, but we up the intensity this time of year because the intensity of matches are going to be that way. There's got to be a big sense of urgency, and then trying to keep them rested and recovered and still having fun. So it's this time of year. It's hard to do, and it's been a long season, and the teams that are able to manage that the best have the best shot.
Do you think nerves are higher towards the end of the season or the beginning of the season?
I think in the beginning everybody's nervous because they haven't played. I think now we know what we got to do. We know how we have to play. We know they know how to calm themselves down. We played a lot of matches already, so I think there's less nerves now compared to at the beginning of the season. I just remember like the red white in our first match, first weekend. I mean, it's just like everybody's really uptight.
How do you beat Wisconsin on Friday?
I'm sorry, what? Oh.
How do you? Yeah, you're not used to that, so how do you beat Wisconsin on Friday?
Serve it in the court, kill some balls, and win some long rallies.
And the fans better bring it, right?
The fans will bring it. It's going to be intense this weekend. It's going to be, the Devaney is going to be on fire.
I love it. Those are my favorite matches. I have one rapid fire question for you, since we always end with rapid fire when I get to host, and that is, what is your favorite Thanksgiving side dish or main dish or dish that is served at Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin pie.
Whipped cream or ice cream?
Whipped cream.
Homemade pumpkin pie or store-bought?
Oh, homemade. But I hear Costco has good pumpkin pies, but I don't know.
Costco has good pumpkin pies?
That's what I've heard, yeah. So, but yeah, homemade.
Homemade with whipped cream. Is the whipped cream sweetened?
No, just straight whipped cream, but fresh, real whipped cream, not out of a can.
Okay, let's go away from dessert. If you had to pick a side, which one would you pick?
Probably the I don't know, stuffing probably.
Stuffing. Well, happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at the HRN. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and thank you to everyone who submitted questions. I also want to thank you, Coach Cook, for your time, Tim for keeping us on track, and Andrew for producing this one. We will be back on the air Friday starting at 6:30 p.m. for pregame. JB and I will be preparing you all for the Huskers to take on the Badgers. It will be a good one, so we will talk to you then. Good night, and go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
While some seed companies put a greater stake in stock prices and anonymous shareholders, Rob Seco knows that what's important to you hits closer to home. That's why you'll find we're focused on your needs. With a simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, a relationship that makes it easy to connect with anyone in the company, and the technology, traits, and genetics you need from any source. Put your stock in the company that puts you first. Rob Seco.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with JTech Solar. JTech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. JTech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
Every single day, Central Valley Ag works with our farmers to feed the globe. When you grow non-GMO white corn or non-GMO yellow corn, you can earn up to $250 more per acre. Do the math. Growing CVA value-added grains pays huge dividends. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Learn how you can get up to a $5,000 signing bonus with a value-added grain contract at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
It's the Ford Shine Bright sales event, and Ford is helping you be a light for others this holiday season. Right now, get special offers on select Ford trucks and SUVs. Come in and choose a vehicle in stock, or simply place a custom order, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Hurry in to your local Ford dealer today and find the Ford vehicle that helps you shine bright all season long.